Welcome to North Georgia News Now. Coming up in today's local news, Woodfield commissioners have voted to approve funding for the Domestic Violence Court. A committee has recommended changes to the Woodfield County Schools discipline and dress codes. An influential community figure has passed away. We'll take a look at his legacy. The Dalton City Council has accepted money from cemetery trusts. And a Dalton woman has found herself front and center on Warnock's Medicaid expansion efforts. In state news, a proposed bill could impact the school supply funding program, and the results are in for the U.S. News and World Report of Best Online Graduate Programs. We'll see how Georgia ranked. And later, Jacob Broom is here to share WDNN's community calendar. But first, here are the obituaries. Welcome back. Woodfield commissioners have voted to approve funding for the Domestic Violence Court. A meeting was held last Monday where the Woodfield County Board of Commissioners voted 4-0 to approve $100,000 to support the court. The funds are part of the American Rescue Plan Act and come after a major cut in grant funding. The Domestic Violence Court experienced a loss of around $100,000 in funding the year due to many people applying for a smaller pot of money, according to Conasauga Superior Court Judge Cindy Morris. Morris oversees the court and says that individuals in the court are changing lives, including their own and their families. Morris said that the court staff is looking for ways to increase the court's grant funding for next year. County Administrator Robert Civic says county staff are also looking to find funding from outside sources as well. The Domestic Violence Court was founded in 2014 when community partners recognized a need in the community for domestic violence prevention and treatment. The court's focus is to help people charged with domestic violence avoid reoffending by requiring them to complete a family violence intervention program and treatment for the underlying abusive issues. Based on a survey conducted in 2016, the program had a completion rate of around 73%. Two changes have been recommended regarding the current Woodfield County Schools student discipline and dress codes. The codes were presented and discussed last Monday at the Woodfield County Board of Educators monthly meeting. The 2024 and 2025 changes were recommended by a committee made up of administrative personnel, parents, and student representatives. One recommended change pertains to pajamas. Under the current dress code, pajamas are strictly prohibited unless worn on a special day set forth by the school principal. The committee suggested that students be allowed to wear pajama pants given that they are in accordance with the same guidelines, stating that pajamas are essentially the same as jogging pants and yoga pants, both of which are already allowed to be worn by students. If approved, pajama pants would have to follow the same guidelines as any other type of pants, including being sized appropriately with no baggy or oversized pant leg, and with all styles being fitted and secured at the waist. Another proposed change involved the current cell phone retrieval process. The current policy states that when cell phones are taken, they are to be returned only to the student's parents or guardians. However, as pointed out by Chris Parker, Director of Student Services, not all students necessarily have a parent or guardian who would be able to come to school to pick up the cell phone. The reason behind that is because we have so many unique situations now with students as to say 10 years ago, says Parker. Now it can be any number of people enrolling the child, and sometimes parents aren't available for a variety of reasons. So it just gives them a little discretionary power to get the phone back to the student, he says. The proposed change involved this code would leave it up to the school administrators of each individual school to decide how to return cell phones and other electronic devices. A second reading of the potential disciplinary and dress code is scheduled for April 8th. The board members will then vote on whether to approve or deny the proposed changes. Longtime banker and community activist Larry Harrison has passed away at the age of 79 following a short-term bout with cancer. Harrison served on many boards, clubs, and leadership roles in the Dalton community. Harrison graduated from Waycross High School in 1962 and South Georgia Junior College in 1964. In 1966, he joined the U.S. Army, where he proudly served as a radio maintenance operator during the Vietnam conflict. Following his military service, Harrison went to attend Georgia Southern University, earning a bachelor's in business education. Harrison found his way to Dalton in 1972, where he began his expansive 40-year-plus banking career. He earned the title of financial leader, surviving several bank mergers. Harrison worked the last few years as a part-time employee at Bidwell Bank and hoped to retire shortly before turning 80. Education and service were both very important to Harrison. He served on several different boards, including the Dalton Whitfield Career Academy and the Greater Dalton Habitat for Humanity Board for 12 years, serving as president for 2 of those years. He also served as president of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northwest Georgia Mountains. In addition, Harrison taught junior achievement classes at local area high schools and financial literacy classes at Whitfield County High School. He also served as a community coach for East Side Middle School girls teams. Harrison will be greatly missed in the community where he so proudly and passionately served us so many years. Our condolences go out to his family and friends. Funds left to care for graves could now go into the city cemetery fund, following a meeting that took place last Monday. The Dalton City Council voted 3-0 to accept money from cemetery trusts. Wells Fargo Bank petitioned the Superior Court to dissolve 3 trusts totaling around $55,000. The trusts include Margaret H. Bard Cemetery Trust, the W.C. Martin Cemetery Trust, and the Elizabeth Roberts Cemetery Trust. Many of the funds were left behind by the deceased to maintain their respective family plots. The Roberts plots are located at West Hill Cemetery, while the Bard plots are located in West Hill Cemetery and the local Presbyterian Church. The Martin family plots are located in both West Hill Cemetery and Tilton Cemetery. The First National Bank of Dalton was the original trustee of the funds. However, Wells Fargo was able to acquire them through bank mergers and acquisitions. Concerns have been raised by officials regarding the terms of the trust and maintaining them. Due to these concerns, the bank has asked the city to accept the money outside the trusts. The Martin plots located in Tilton Cemetery are considered outside of city limits of Dalton, so the city cannot be involved in the fate of those funds. A Dalton woman has found herself at the center of a Medicaid expansion being proposed by U.S. Senator Raphael Warnock. Daltonian Heather Payne was recently invited to attend a State of the Union address, which took place on March the 7th. Payne was invited to attend the address by Warnock, who felt she had an important story to tell. Payne, who worked as an emergency room labor and delivery nurse for over 10 years, talked about her experiences and struggles with the healthcare system. Payne says she fell in a gap, sometimes having health care and other times not having any coverage at all. Payne began having health problems in 2022 and was left without health care coverage due to her income level. The options she was given were expansive, and she had to save up funds for a visit to the neurologist. After a number of labs and imaging, it was concluded that Payne had endured a series of small strokes, which left her unable to perform in the career field that she is used to. Without proper health care, Payne is not able to get the Medicaid treatment she needs. According to Senator Warnock, an estimated 640,000 Georgians fell into the same health care gap as Payne, which is why he felt her story was so important. Payne is currently awaiting determination of her eligibility for Social Security disability insurance. She feels that Warnock's Medicaid expansion would allow many Georgians to simply get the health care they need. In addition to citizens such as Heather Payne, Warnock says that there are also about 10 to 11 hospitals, most of which are in rural areas, that have closed down. Quote, "I don't know what further incentives you need," he says. Warnock stated that he previously approached the Senate and was able to convince them to set aside $1.2 billion worth of incentives for the Georgia Medicaid expansion. However, he says these funds have been sitting, which create missed opportunities. 2 local lawmakers, District 2 State Representative Steve Tarvin and District 54 State Senator Chuck Payne, are open-minded to the possibility of Medicaid expansion. District 4 State Representative Casey Carpenter remains a hard no. According to data compiled in 2023, there are estimated 1.2 million Georgians without any form of health care coverage. When we return, I'll share some state news, so stay with us. Welcome back. Next up, a proposed bill is making its way through the Capitol and could impact teachers and students in a positive way. According to legislators, Senate Bill 464, also known as the School Supplies for Educators Act, passed the Georgia Senate with a vote of 52-1. The bill made it to a second House reader on March 5th and is pending further review in the Georgia House Education Committee. The bill comes as a revision to Chapter 2 of Title 20, relating to elementary and secondary education. It would require the State Board of Education to establish a program to allocate funds for certain educators to purchase school supplies. According to Senator Clint Dixon of Gwinnett County, he says teachers are spending around $400 to $600 on school supplies out of their own pockets. The bill would allow educators, which include teachers, paraprofessionals, and school administrators, to use the funds to make purchases for school supplies online. The bill would also identify a universal reading screener that each public school and local school system must adopt and administer. The language of the bill reads, quote, "The Department of Education shall ensure the purchases using program funds are restricted to online purchases of school supplies from authorized commercial vendors and promulgate guidelines and provide technical assistance to facilitate local school systems, public schools, and educators utilizing the program to ensure program purchases are restricted to allowable expenses." The bill would require each local school system or public school participating in the program to certify the educators who request user accounts. Legislation says that the goal of the bill is to evaluate all students' reading levels equally. 2 Georgia State graduate programs have been ranked among the best in the United States, according to a 2024 News and World Report of Best Online Programs. The Andrew Young School of Policy Studies Online Masters in Criminal Justice program was ranked at number 31, placed it in the top 20%. The College of Education and Human Development program made it among the top 40%, coming in at number 73 of programs surveyed. 5 categories were used to evaluate the Master Degrees program: engagement, faculty credentials and training, peer assessment, services and technologies, and student excellence were all taken into consideration. Georgia State also earned a 4-star rating for its comprehensive online degree programs and specialized professional development courses. When we return, Jacob Broom will share WDNN's community calendar, but first, here's a look at your local weather.
Today's local weather is brought to you by Built Well Bait.
Welcome back. It's time for WDNN's community calendar. Here's some things going on around the area. Country music artist Glenn Templeton will make his return to the Gym Theater on Saturday the 23rd at 7:30 p.m. Templeton is most known for his top single, Ball Cap, in addition to his appearances at the Ryman Theater, the Grand Ole Opry, and on CMT as well. The Gym Theater is located in Calhoun on 114th North Wall Street. Tickets are selling fast with prices set between $40 to $45, and reserved seating is recommended. To purchase tickets or to learn more, either visit www.calhoungymtheater.org or call 706-625-3132 for more information. The Whitfield County Democratic Committee will be hosting their annual chili cook-off on March 23rd. The event will run from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and is located at the Mac Gaston Community Center on 218 North Frederick Street. The cook-off will cost $6 per meal ticket, which includes chili, fixings, and a drink. The event will also be collecting non-perishable pantry and foods for Trinity UMC's monthly food distribution. To learn more about the event, call 706-264-2789 for more information. The Christ Church community is hosting an Easter egg hunt on Saturday, March 23rd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. This event will be hosted at the Christ Church, located in Chattanooga on 8645 East Brainerd Road. The event is free to everyone and will be followed by various games, prizes, and you can even take your picture with the Easter Bunny. To learn more about it, contact media@christchurchchat.org or call 423-892-9636 for more information. The Lucky Charms St. Patrick's Day Festival is coming to Chattanooga. The festival will take place on Saturday the 16th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and will be located on 1428 Jenkins Road. This festival has free admission and parking and will have a variety of food vendors, crafts, bounce houses, carnival games for the entire family. To learn more, contact eventswithkimk@gmail.com for more information. The 2024 Precision Arch Challenge performance is being hosted at the Dalton Convention Center located at 2211 Tony Engel Parkway. The performance will begin on March 15th and will run through the 17th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The PAC is a kids' dance competition that allows participants to find inspiration as a dancer and how to be a competitive dancer as well. The 2024 Road to Nightfall band composition presented by Sound Corps will begin on March 13th and will continue until March 23rd. The competition is open to bands with a minimum of 3 performing band members with at least 1 member playing a live musical instrument. All bands that register must live within 50 miles of the city of Chattanooga. Bands that advance each night during the competition wins a $300 cash prize, and the overall winner will receive a 90-minute performance spot that pays $1,000 alongside a number of various prizes. To register or to find more information, go to www.soundcorps.org/roadtonightfall today. If you'd like to submit more information on your event for North Georgia News Now's community calendar, send an email to info@wdnntv.com. That's it for this edition of North Georgia News Now. Be sure to visit us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Thanks for watching Local.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to click that subscribe button as well as bell notifications so you won't miss any new videos. Also, follow us on our social medias.
Thank you again for tuning in, and until next time, keep watching Local.